Today, I'm going to be counting down the top 5 most disappointing roller coasters that I have ridden. And keep in mind, I'm sorry if some of these roller coasters are some of your favorites that you've ridden, but personally, these roller coasters just left a really bad taste in my mouth. And keep in mind, this is also as of 2018, and this is as of my last rides on all of these roller coasters. So without further ado, let's start off right at number 5 with Kraken Unleashed. And if you asked me 2 years ago, this coaster would be in my top 15. But if you ask me now, this coaster is nowhere near there. This coaster isn't as good as it once was, I think. I think this coaster is definitely aged within the past several years. This coaster's running a lot rattlier now, not running as forceful. This coaster's running with a fair bit of headbanging. Not bad headbanging, but it's a fair bit, more than it used to have. And this coaster's just okay. It's not as good as I remember it being. So now we're at number 4, and we have Valravn at Cedar Point. And I was expecting a really fun coaster, something like SheiKra. They're just going to be fun, enjoyable, but I got something completely different, to be honest with you guys. This coaster I don't like this coaster. Like, it runs really forceless. The only good part about this ride is that 0G roll towards the end. That part is awesome, I will admit that. And the drops are pretty cool, but these restraints just kind of kill that drop feeling for me. I'm not really the biggest fan of Valravn. So now we're at number 3, and at number 3 we actually have Superman Ultimate Flight. And I found these coasters to be relatively forceless. I've only ridden the Clone at Six Flags Great Adventure, but this coaster's just so forceless. It's not bad. I mean, it's comfortable. It's very smooth. It's a very graceful ride. But I was just expecting something more intense, kind of like Manta, or maybe, I don't even know. But I just didn't really like this coaster that much, and that's why it's coming in at number 3. So now we're at our top 2, and coming in at number 2, we have Nitro at Six Flags Great Adventure. And I'm sorry for all of you guys, because I know there's a lot of people out there that absolutely adore Nitro, but I was not personally a big fan. I rode this once in the back row, which was probably my biggest mistake, riding this thing once, and I got some really weak floater airtime. A lot of people said this coaster has some amazing floater airtime, and it's really graceful. I went in expecting Mako, and I did not get Mako, and I was left kind of disappointed by this roller coaster. And I'm sorry, this isn't a bad ride, but it just wasn't what I was expecting it to be. So now coming in at the number 1 spot, we have Green Lantern at Six Flags Great Adventure, and this coaster just sucks. I'm sorry, but I personally think B&M stand-up coasters are absolutely awful. Maybe Riddler's Revenge and Scorcher are better, but I don't like Green Lantern at all. This coaster managed to hurt my legs, my head, and my groin area all at the same time. Gave me some nasty headbanging. This coaster had a bit of a rattle, and I just wasn't a fan of this roller coaster at all. It was super uncomfortable, and maybe that's because I rode it incorrectly, and I also rode it in the back row, which next time I go to Great Adventure, I'm definitely giving this coaster another chance, because no one says this coaster is as bad as I make it out to be. But anyways, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to drop a like, comment what some of the most disappointing roller coasters you've been on in the comment section below. Be sure to do me a big favor and subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you all later. Peace out.